I'm Gabrielle Shirley here with Scott Reynolds from PewterReport.com. Scott, let's begin. A big game on Sunday, a division rival.
Yeah.
We are hearing there might be some interesting weather.
Yeah, when you look at the games this year the Buccaneers have played, it's really been great weather, certainly here in Tampa. Usually if there's going to be a thunderstorm, it's going to be earlier in the season in September, right as we're coming off the heels of that hot and humid summer and the hurricane type of conditions. We've seen that in years past, but now we're going to have in December perhaps some thunderstorms, and that might play a role in this game because typically if it's rainy and there's wind and thunderstorms, that's going to favor the team that runs the ball better, and that would be the Saints this year with Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, as opposed to the Buccaneers and their worst ranked rushing attack with Peyton Barber. Doesn't mean the Buccaneers are going to lose, but it certainly means that Tampa, which has become a pass-first offense and a pass-first team, might face some struggles if there is some inclement weather. And Dirk Cutter said today that, usually in Florida, whatever the weather forecast is for the weekend earlier in the week, it's fine because the weather will change. But the forecast seems to be holding that there will be some rain on Sunday at Raymond James Stadium.
Which might not be good for us because we cannot lose a game, right? JPP said earlier today, this is like the playoffs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Elaborate on that.
Well, yeah, certainly because the Buccaneers have dug themselves in a hole with a lot of close losses. And, sitting at 5-7 right now, the best record they could do is 9-7 if they win the 4 remaining games. The good news is this year in the NFC, that might put the Buccaneers in position without even needing any help to go 9-7 might be enough for the playoffs, for a wild card spot. I think the thing that the Buccaneers, though, have to look at is they have to win this game, obviously, for that to happen. And the good news, Gabby, is out of the next 4 opponents, this might be the toughest challenge. Get over this hurdle. Not that the Cowboys or the Ravens or the Falcons are going to be easier, but this is the Saints team that will probably be one of the top 4 teams in the NFL when it comes to the playoffs. I would pencil the Saints in right now in the NFC championship game. So this is a big one. You show you can sweep the Saints, that's what would happen if they beat them. Then you have momentum going on the road now where you have to play better, certainly on defense, against Baltimore and Dallas.
One more for you. We beat the Saints in week 1, but that was week 1.
Yeah.
What are I know there's many, but what are the big changes from week 1 to now?
Well, going back to week 1, because that was a victory over the Saints, what has to happen is the same thing that happened in that game. You're going to have a different quarterback with Jameis Winston, but Jameis has got to protect the ball like he's done the last 2 weeks, which have resulted in Tampa Bay victories, and the defense has got to continue those takeaways. We saw Justin Evans have a scoop and score in week 1. That was the difference, right? It was an 8-point game. So that turnover and touchdown defensively was the difference. And right now you're seeing the Buccaneers, after a long stretch, not getting takeaways on defense, finally getting some takeaways. That's got to continue on Sunday. And especially if there is inclement weather, maybe you get lucky and Drew Brees throws an interception. He's only thrown 3 the whole year, but maybe that happens. And if the defense can come up with another score this week, that would be huge in terms of helping their chances for a victory.